Okay, sorry for the delay there, guys. Just had to get a few things taken care of before I started the net. This is Laird, VE3LKS, and I'd like to welcome everyone to week 3, Tuesday night version of the COVID-19 Rag Chew. Now, I heard a couple of call signs in there already. VE3RMK, that's Ken, and I heard VE3CRU, Bill. Is there anybody else that would like to sign in for the Rag Chew this evening? If so, please come now.
VA3 TPS. VE3JFW checked in earlier. VE3 Victor Golf Julia.
VE3 TKW.
VA3 Romeo Tango Victor.
Okay, very good. Let me go back to the top of that check-in, and I have VE3LWJ Larry. I got VE3PWJ Peter. I got VA3TPS Steve. VE3JFW, that's Jack. VE3VGJ Joe. VE3DKW. Oh, can't remember the name. Sorry. And we've got VA3RTV Jeffrey. Yeah, did I miss anybody? Because I know there was a little bit of a pile up there.
VE3 IRB. VE3HIX. VA3 KPW.
Okay, I had a station. I think it was between IRB and HIX, but I couldn't make out any audio. Like just a wee bit. If you want to try again. Okay, so I had RTV, IRB, HIX, KPW, and is there anybody else before I go to the top?
V3 NMD.
Okay, very good. I copy VE3 NMD Darren there. Okay, let's take a break there and we'll go back to the top. We got quite a list already. VE3 RMK Ken, good evening, sir. And just to let everyone know, I am streaming on YouTube again. So if you're bored and you want to see my messy shack, now's the time to do it.
VE3 LKS is VE3 RMK. Good evening, Laird, and everybody on the net. Nothing really new and startling here, just another great day in the shack. The excavations continue. I found my old Northern Electric power plant, and I've got to figure out whether or not that's going to be something that should live on its life, or because of the tons and tons of copper in it, if it's something I might scrap. Over.
Yeah, we'd probably get a pretty penny there with the amount of copper in it and the weight. So yeah, it'll be a hard one. You have to put it up on a scale, see how much it's going to bring in, and make the decision. Very good, Ken, and I like the excavating. I need to do some excavating down here too. I need somewhere to put the bodies after being cooped up in the house now for a week. Very good. VE3 CRU, Bill.
Okay, VE3CRU here with some serious business tonight. The first is the most recent release from the American Radio Relay League about the field day of June. I'll give you a link, everybody, to start writing, and then you can look it up. It's very self-explanatory. Okay, the link is as follows. Hotel Tango Tango Papa.
No, it's okay, Bill. I think they made it short enough. Wow. You think they would have could done one of those tiny URLs or something on that, but I guess if you're just clicking on it, it's one thing. Uh, but yeah, yeah, that was a long one. Very good, Bill. Not sure what that's for, but maybe the next time around you can explain that. Larry, VE3LWJ.
Yes, it's LWJ here. Good evening, everyone. Very quiet day. At 7:30, the neighborhood is going to go to their verandas and bang pots and pans, thanking the medical people and all the work that they're doing. The nurse living right across the street. I know she'll enjoy it. So probably next time around, I'll be out banging pots and pans. Back to you, Larry.
So let me get this straight. You're going to go outside, bang pots and pans, and wake up all the medical staff that came home from work and are tired and are sound asleep.
That hadn't occurred to me. I don't know if she's working nights or not. Back to you.
It's okay. Just giving you some grief there, Larry. No, that's a great idea. Uh, very good. Um, if you want to help me out, just drop an envelope with cash in my mailbox. I'll gratefully accept that. Peter, VE3PWJ.
Yeah, good evening, Larry, and all the good folks on there tonight. You got a nice little crew stirring up. And I had a call from Hillsdale today, Reed Margaret, and they're going to have like a video set up. And I'm going to have a schedule with them tomorrow. I guess I can call it that about 2:30 video. So the program is called Zoom. I've never heard of it, and so we'd be able to go back and forth. You may know what Zoom is, Larry. It's the first time I've heard of it anyway. So anyway, we'll go back to there, Larry.
Very good, Peter. Yes, I'm familiar with Zoom. As a matter of fact, Joe VGJ and I were testing it out one night. I may use that for our meeting come April. Then you can have up to 100 people in it. So I would send an invite out to all our club members, probably just limit it to club members. And they can join the meeting so they can see me if I have my webcam going like I do tonight. And then if I want to show something on my screen, it's just a matter of clicking a button, and whatever I have on my screen will now show up for the club members on their computers. So they don't have any control over it, but say I wanted to do a PowerPoint presentation, I could have a presentation all ready to go, and once we're ready, just flip that over and you'd have the full screen presentation. So it is a great little application, and it's getting a lot of use right now just because everyone's at home working. I know my wife, they're using it. They actually bought a version, the unpaid version. I'm just going to drop it quick. Nothing worse than the controller timing out the repeater. Anyways, um, the unpaid version, which is what we would use, is only good for up to 40 minutes. So we would plan two segments. The first segment would be one presentation, and then we would drop it and let everyone go stretch their legs, grab a coffee, have a cookie or something, and then come back at a set time and do the last half of the meeting. So it's something that we're seriously considering, and it works real well. So you'll enjoy that, Peter. I'd be interested to hear your comments after, tomorrow night as to how it went. With that, we'll go down to Steve, VA3TPS.
LKS, VA3, GPS. Good evening, Laird, and everybody on frequency. Nice to hear everybody again. Turned out to be a very nice afternoon with a beautiful sunset up here, and looks like the forecast is saying double-digit temperatures, not so much rain for the next week. So I guess that's one good thing that's happening right about now. So allow me to get some more yard work done. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. Same old stuff. Do a little bit of yard work, play on the radio, go to yard work, play on the radio, have a nap, and so on.
Man, you got a rough life there, Steve. And yeah, it's I don't think we had much of a sunset here, but it's still a bit overcast. I know I was out getting a bit of groceries earlier on, and still overcast, and I don't think it's cleared up yet. I don't think so. But very good. You'll need to start taking some pictures of those that you can post for us and send it to us during our nightly rag chews. Let's see. Jack, VE3JFW. And how are you doing this evening, Jack?
First of all, let's check your Alpha 3.
Oh, why do I do that?
Really, it's Foxtrot Whiskey. Jim up north of me has that call sign. That is standing here. Nice and great. And thank God you got a good sense of humor. At times I like that. I know Bob Kidnor, I normally would be 13 in one nursing home passed away. One here in this hospital, but hopefully they'll get a grip on things and things will change. Hopefully correct things. Nothing much more to add there. There to have an at 8 o'clock, which was worked out pretty good this evening. VE3GFW.
Very good, Jack. Well, we're glad to have you in here. And if you're still around on round two, we'll still give you a call just to make sure you haven't gone yet. But if it's after 8, we'll understand that you're a man of many nets. And I know you've got quite a few that you get on. So that's awesome. Let's see. After Jack was Joe, VE3VGJ.
Good evening, Larry, and everybody on frequency. Yes, interesting, Larry, what he's doing there with the clang in the pots and that. I've heard different neighborhoods doing that, and good for them. Maybe they'll do my neighborhood sometime. I'll join in and have some fun there. This weekend looks like planning some antenna work, as you know, you were talking to me earlier. Got some supplies in, finally got some good weather to get up on the roof there and move some stuff around. So that's what my job is Saturday, about noon hour on, was nice and warm with the shingles are. Nothing to handle the caulking I'm going to have to put on to plug the holes. And the other thing too, you mentioned about Zoom. Yes, that was interesting testing that. If you need to try it again, let me know. And I was talking to someone at work that uses it, and I guess they lifted the 40-minute limit on it now. It's continuous. There is no limit. Something you might want to check into. Back to you.
Oh, very good. Well, I'll do that, Joe. I appreciate that little tidbit. It'd still be nice to break, though, for a minute, because I don't know if I can go for 2 hours without having to visit another room in the house. Hi. Anyways, let's see. Good luck on that roof stuff. Too bad there's social distancing. But take your handheld with you, and if you fall off the roof, we can come throw you in the back of your pickup truck, haul you off to the hospital, and maybe they'll triage you outside or something. Hi. VE3DKW, and for the life of me, I know you are, and it was your son that actually checked in, so glad to have you on board this evening.
Good evening, everybody on the net tonight. Good to hear everybody's out. Yeah, we finally got bored of, so we said, Skyping and going onto the computers. Rylan and myself, we've been, reloading computers, doing updates, and getting everything going. A little bit of weather here and there, so we did dig out the antenna. We patched cut the wire there today, re-solder it today. So now this is the eighth voyage tonight. It seems everything holds together, but I did check it. Sounds good. I hope it sounds good on the other side. I'm running out of power supply, so other than that, I'll turn it back over to you.
Yeah, no problem. You and Rylan are coming in here just fine. Nice signal, and no problems there. So the repair that you did on your coax or antenna worked well, and you've got a good station going there. Glad to have you aboard with us tonight, and you too, Ryland. Make sure your dad checks in every night now. We're doing this every night, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. And we've nicknamed it the COVID-19 Rag Chew. And we hope to do this for the duration of the outbreak. As long as we're sort of been told to hunker down at home, we'll be doing this. Let's see. VA3 RTV Jeffrey.
Yes, good evening, Laird, and everybody else there. And let's see, I want to just say Lois just came down and asked me if I would say hello to everybody from her. And she said she's going back upstairs to carry on practicing on the CW. So, any case, three people that may be listening in, probably with the YouTube, is Brad from Headquarters One, John from also Headquarters One, and Chris, who I just met today, very interested in electronics and is working with a lot of CRT sets and things. So all the best to you, Chris. Hope you are listening in. And thanks very much, Laird, for what you do. Take over. Thanks.
Very good, Jeffrey. Well, thank you for joining in with us this evening. And I've just taken a quick look at the YouTube channel here. And looks like Steve TPS is on here. Scott, the really pretty nurse, is on here. And let's see, I think that's it for now, at least out of actually come on and said anything. So if you're on YouTube watching, I'd appreciate if you at least type in, say who it is, and let us know you're here. And Jeffrey, did you by chance get that link I sent you this afternoon? I was in the middle of a live concert actually when I sent it, but I know you may not have been around at the time.
Okay, sorry. What was the link there, Laird? Could you let me know, please?
Yes, it would have been on Facebook, and every day, I think at around, I want to say 2:30 or 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, there's these blokes from England that are putting on musical concerts and streaming it on Facebook, and they're called the Jive Aces. That's Jive Aces, ACES, and are they ever good? So I know I sent a link. I shared it with you, but I'm not sure whether you were around to actually see that or not. But I think I put that on my personal page too, a link to them. So you want to take a listen to them, and anybody else on Frequency too. They're really good, and I've been sort of enamored with their music. So just something to look for, and maybe fill an hour in the afternoon. They're doing it every day for an hour while this COVID's going on. So like we're rag chewing, they're giving a mini concert. It's awesome. Let's see. Now we go down to Robert, VE3IRB.
VE3IRB. Good to hear everybody tonight. Comment for Peter in regards to the Zoom. Do you have to register for that? We have an office meeting coming up this week, and I know they sent out a reminder to everybody to register ahead of time. Personally, I'm already registered, so I don't know whether you have to be to receive a call or if you just register to transmit. But it's something you might want to check into ahead of your nursing home call. Back to control.
Yeah, my understanding is that the originator has to register. It's free to register, but then you just invite any through email to come, and they just have to click a link. Peter, have you been told otherwise?
Yeah, when they phoned Laird from the nursing home lady, or I guess the person that does that part of the work for them at the nursing home, sent me the link. So I guess she did the setup on it, and I installed it on my computer here. And the video camera seemed to work quite all right. The only thing I wasn't impressed was the ugly-looking guy that was looking at me when I had the thing on there. But the thing seemed to work quite well. But my originator was from the nursing home. Bob, does that tell you anything? Basically, I agree with what Laird said. I think just the originator has to, but just something to check run. I tried it, didn't work fine. So we'll find out by tomorrow what goes on. Over to you, Laird.
Okay, very good. We expect a full report tomorrow night, and say hi to Margaret for all of us. Love that lady. She's such a sweetie. And yeah, it'd be interesting to know how it went and your impression of that. Bob, VE3HIX, good evening.
Good evening, Laird. Good evening, everyone. It's finally into some a bit warmish weather here. Dried up a little bit after the last few days, so I was able to get out for a walk. Got my batteries all charged up, not my own, on the 12-volt stuff. So we got summer batteries used on the motorbike, used on the boat, used on the riding lawnmower, and a spare. So those are all up to snuff. And get everything set to get out there tomorrow when the weather is finally dry and clean the place up. Other than that, for ham stuff, just bits and pieces here in the shack and more testing as always. Back to you, Laird, DE3HIX.
Okay, very good. Good report there, Bob. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it getting a bit warmer as well. VE3KPW. This is VE3LKS, and I don't think I'm familiar with that call, so you may have to tell me your name.
However, it's Paul, VA3KPW, and one of the amateurs in the Miata Car Club sent me a little note telling me that the RAC is doing an online course for any shortwave listeners that are considering becoming hams and they are not able to go to work. This is a great opportunity to take an online course to get the basic skills for being an amateur. And the other thing is, coincidence, is this afternoon Carol and I were talking about something that was coming up with her job in the art gallery of Ontario. All the volunteers are going to get together on Zoom. And I had no idea of what it was until earlier this afternoon. Anyways, back to Laird and the group, DA3KBW.
Okay, very good, Paul. And I'm sorry, I just totally forgot your name there. Paul's one of the new guys around. He's the friend of Tall Larry. I don't know if you know that's what we call him, Paul, but I think the name fits. So Tall Larry got him interested in joining in our rag chews, and we're glad that you're joining us again this evening, Paul. Yes, it's amazing what technology can do, eh? If this had happened even 5 years ago, we wouldn't be able to do this, but it's great. Let's see. VE3 NMD Darren, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Laird, and everyone on the net. Just sort of stuck in the basement, working from home during the day, and actually just playing around trying to fix the signal generator tonight while listening to the net. Not much to say here, so I'll just turn it back to you, Laird.
Okay, very good. Well, if you're stuck in the basement, hope you got lots of supplies down there, and at least maybe you can make it up to the kitchen to grab some sustenance once in a while. Very good. Yeah, it's this has been my first day working from home totally. Last week I was on a split shift where I worked part of the week from home and then part of the week at work, and now they've sent us home totally, and so it's interesting. It's I think I'm going to enjoy it, but honest to goodness, I think I'm going to gain weight, man. The young lad's home from school, and he's been cooking up a storm for lunch every day, and all this weight that I lost, I think is slowly going to start creeping back on. So I'll have to watch myself and start going for walks. Hopefully, it'll be warmer. Oh, and I see that. John Smith is with us online on YouTube this evening. And he's wondering when C4FM will be working. I'm not sure. I think that's the... I think that's... I'm not even. Is that the Yaesu fusion stuff? Maybe you can comment on that, Darren.
Sorry, missed the last part of that. V3MD.
C4FM, is that the Yaesu fusion?
Digital in general, with Yaesu having a version of it.
Oh, okay, very good. Appreciate that. Before we go to the top of the list, we're going to do another round of check-ins. So if anyone sitting on the side wants to hop into the COVID-19 Reg Chew, now's your chance. This is VE3LKS.
Victor Alpha 3, Delta Charlie Echo.
Victor Echo 3, Kilowatt Zulu Tango. VE3 ITX.
Kilo Alpha 2, Romeo Whiskey Alpha. V3 RPM.
VE3FY.
Kilo Alpha 2, Romeo Whiskey Alpha.
Okay, very good. I'll go through the list here of everyone that checked in. I got VA3 DCE, that's Doug up in Uxbridge. We have VE3 KZT, John. Good. I shook you off of YouTube and got you on the radio. VE3 IGX Cam up in Port Perry. This is a new call to me. Kilo Alpha 2 Romeo Whiskey Alpha. This, if you want to come back with your handle.
Roger. Kilo Alpha 2, Romeo Whiskey Alpha. Personal is Rich, located in Lockport, New York, across the pond from you guys.
Okay, very good, Rich. Well, glad you joined us this evening, and welcome aboard. We also have Scott, VE3RPN, and Jimmy, VE3SOI. So before we go to the top again, we'll start with Doug, VA3DCE. Good evening, Doug.
Good evening, Laird. I'm glad to see you woke up from your afternoon nap. Didn't interfere with your morning nap, I understand, but I'm glad you're with us anyway. Anyway, I listened to Bob HIX last night, and Peter, what's his WJ? Anyway, and they're describing the situation at Costco for seniors, and well, I tried the both out today. I went to HX this morning. I was there by 20 after 7, and I didn't realize there were so many seniors in Young Street in Peterborough. And they were all at the HX Costco store, so I sat there for an hour and looked at the lines around two sides of the building twice, and shook my head and came on home again. I went back again at Bob's suggested time tonight, and it was much better. So thank you, Bob. Anyway, Laird, I'm tired. Take it away.
Man, you didn't have any time for all your naps today, Doug. That's too bad. Well, yeah, I guess the morning time would be bad because all the seniors know that that's when they can get in easily. Although I guess it's proving wrong. So that's good news though, because I need to go to Costco as well. But I'll do it tomorrow night in the evening. Then I'll take your under advisement there. VE3 KZT John. Good evening.
So back to you, just a question on C4FM. I understood that part of it is partial. The 200 is supposed to be up to the computer site. Suppose, just wondered when it might be in work. And yeah, that is the A2 fusion part of it. I have a little node set up here at the house actually. But the fusion through the computer works pretty well for the internet. I'm just curious when it might be on the repeater site. Back to that, the E3KZT.
That I really can't comment on, John. we would probably have to ask Lex that. Um, I don't know whether Bob would know. Bob, VE3HIX. Do you have any comments?
You're going to have to repeat that one. I am sorry. I was on something else here online.
Just wondering when the Yaesu Fusion may be installed onto the NAA repeater.
I believe there's a really small club for that. Jeffrey has the box at home, the Wires Xbox. We're looking for a PC to attach that online from Lex, and we do have a spare access to internet, so it should be fairly easy to do. It's just something that I haven't jumped into to try it, seeing how I'm one of the few guys here that doesn't have that particular type of transceiver. Just a minute, you got one of those, haven't you, Laird?
Out of my car, yes, but to be honest with you, I haven't even used that for that yet. I haven't. One is set up. One slide's set up for APRS, and the other is just for 2-meter FM communications on OSH here. So, John, sorry, we don't have an answer for you, but we'll try to dig one up and see what's going on. I know with everything that's going on, Lex may not be able to make it up to the repeater, but we'll do some digging and find out. VE3IGX, Cam.
Well, good evening to everybody on board. All I did today was set up a halfway dipole for the meters out in the backyard. It's on the top of a 10-foot tripod. And I got my Kenwood TR7600 set up. That's what I'm doing right now. And so we'll give it on back to you there. 3LKS, 3IGS.
Very good, Cam. Well, as I mentioned earlier when we were chatting, it's sounding really, really good, and you'll be quite happy with that installation. Let me see. Kilo Alpha 2, Romeo Whiskey Alpha. Rich, good evening from Lockport.
Good evening to everybody on net. I've been listening for the last few nights. Sometimes it's hard to get into this net. But your situation over there is the same as ours over here in New York, except we're 100 times worse. Yep, I hear you guys pretty well. We're about, I guess 50, 60 miles, maybe more than that as the crow flies from you. And we usually hear you pretty well. And just wanted to hop in and say hello. There's a lot of nets going on this side of the pond, too, especially since the outbreak of the virus. A lot of the repeaters are holding nets every night, similar to what you're doing, or in the afternoon, or what have you. Too many people sitting around with nothing to do. So just thought I'd hop in and say hello and wish everybody over in Canada the very best. We have a lot of friends over there that we're very concerned about, but we can't go over to see you. You can't go over to see us, so I guess we'll use the next best possible thing to keep track of everyone. So with that, I will turn it back over to you and wish everybody the very best of health, and hope we'll all get through this soon.
Yes, very good, Rich. Well, thanks for joining us this evening, and feel free to join us any evening. We're doing this Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. And if you really want to see something weird, just go to YouTube and put my call sign in, which is VE3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra. And the guys got me doing a YouTube stream every night as well, so they can see some reactions in that. But we've been making the most of it. We set this up originally just as a social outlet for for some of us that may not have many others around and need to have some social activity, and also to help anybody who may need supplies in that. But a lot of us are in the same boat you are. We have, I know myself, I have a lot of family in the States. My wife's American, and all her family is south of the border. I have a sister that lives in Nashville, and so it's a bit frustrating, but we'll get through it. We just got to be diligent and try to keep out of the public as much as possible and let this thing die off. So good luck down there, and we'll be thinking of you guys. And again, by all means, check in any night. We'd be glad to have you, Rich. Let's see. Next on the list is Scott, VE3RPN. I'm not even going to make fun of your call sign, Scott.
VE3 really pretty nurse RPN there. Thanks a lot there, Laird. As usual, it's a great rag too. And boy, Rich crossed the lake there, crossed the pond, as they call it. Certainly good to hear you. And we're thinking about you guys for sure. My family, half of them are from the Finger Lakes, so they're down in Hammond Sport Bath area. So we can't do much to go visit either, and I miss you guys. But anyway, good to hear you on there. And what else can I say? I guess Pete's going to be talking to Margaret. Pete, when you're talking to Margaret, make sure you tell her that, I'm still spying on the North Shore Club from the Whitby Club. Other than that, this covert thing sitting around the house, it's like going for a scab walk in Algonquin Park. Anyway, can't say anything else there. Everybody have a good rag chew. I'll be on here. And over to you there, Laird. Good job. 3 RPM.
Okay, very good. Well, so far we haven't had a theme tonight. I mean, in past nights we've talked about how best to cook, not herring, what was it that we were cooking up? Smelt. I know the last night Bill was talking about toppings for popcorn that you could make around the house, and we've had some technical discussions, but nothing seems to be catching on as a theme tonight. But if anyone has any questions, by all means, now's the time to ask them. Jimmy, man, good to hear you in here, buddy. VE3SOY. We thought you'd gone off the edge of the earth.
Not at all. Anyway, just clearing up all my messes at home and my projects as well. Just wanted to say hello to everybody on the air and see what they sounded like. And so far, everybody sounded authentic. Definitely call sign matches the voice timbre of their voice. So on that, I'll return it back to you, Laird, and nice to be on the net.
Well, good to have you with us this evening, Jimmy. And with that, I'll take another call, another round of check-ins. If anyone's out there that wants to join the COVID-19 Rag Chew, now's your opportunity. Okay, nothing heard, and I just thought I'd give you guys an update. Earlier this afternoon, we were up to 12 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Whoa. Pretty soon they're going to be sending me a plaque. Hi. But it's been lots of fun. Okay, looking at my watch, man, time flies when you're having fun. It's almost 7:45, so we'll make this our last round, and we'll go from there. VE3 RMK Ken.
Good evening, Laird. Thanks for the opportunity to recheck. I will just make one more comment before I slip back into monitoring mode. We've been using Zoom at the charity that I work with for quite some time. It's absolutely fantastic for Canada-wide, and we actually even use it for our overseas contacts, so it's a really, really good application. Just thought I'd pass that along. Back to you.
Okay, very good. That's good to know, Ken. So it sounds like it's a product that we should seriously look into for our club meeting. We'll explore it further and give it a lot more testing. Bill, VE3 CRU.
Okay, VE3 CRU here. I've got a lot of things that I can give out, but I think tonight, because looking at the time, I'm going to cut it short. As I say, I've got another link here to give to you there, but we can run it another night. But I must welcome to Rich. I must say that I have given due notice to those who are linked up with the Rochester, the EKF group, as well as those who link up with tie it up. I'm just going to say, if anybody from anywhere across the state, a lot of them know me as with Flash Rover at the end of my call. Anyone in the states there, please come back. Please check in on that. VE3CRU, back to that.
Okay, very good, Bill. Yeah, let's just hope they're not all as shy as you are. Hi, hi. Very good. I appreciate you doing the advertising for us. And I've been tempting to send something into rack as well. But I don't know if we want to flood it too much because our hour goes by rather quickly. And I'm not sure if I want to make it much more than an hour or an hour and a half. And it could easily grow like that. So I've been contemplating. Let's just put it that way. VE3LWJ Larry. No Miata slagging or anything going on today?
No, we didn't turn a wheel there. But I have been out at 7:30 there banging the pots and pans, and it seems that our nursing friend across the street she's on shift. So her husband was out there with his cell phone filming the whole thing. He's going to send it to her. Quite nice gesture by everybody up and down the street. And while I'm on, I'd like to say hi to John, our vice president. And I guess that's it for me now, Larry. DE3LWJ.
Yes, John, if you're listening, we haven't officially sworn you in yet or sworn at you yet. But just above, I can never do this. If you're watching online, John, just above there, it's a sign I made up the other day. And just something funny, but looking forward to working with you over the next few years. In case you're not aware, John, our SWL, John, he volunteered to be the vice president. And so him and I will be working to keep the North Shore on the straight and narrow, or the straight and the crooked, or whatever you guys want, basically. But I'm going to have fun working with John because he's a good organizer, and I'm sure we'll get along just great. Plus, he likes food. I mean, it always helps to like food if you're a member of the North Shore Amateur Radio Club. Peter, VE3PWJ.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this Zoom experience. We'll let you know how I make out tomorrow. And Doug, I've got to go to Costco tomorrow and get my drugs again. Got to keep doing that. So that'll be the next thing. So I hear you about being there early because I have been there early, and it's not a fun experience, that's for sure. So we'll say the best of 7-3s from here, and we'll throw it back to Laird.
Okay, thanks, Peter. And yes, let's make sure you do say hi to Mark for us. VA3 TPS Steve. Yes, it is just coffee in my coffee cup. He was, in case those are online, he was commenting on my coffee cup. Oh, starting to freeze again. And look at that. We got swag at the North Shore. I should get a bunch of these made up if anybody wants one. Although I got to change the backside because we no longer have the All-Star on NAA. That's going to be switching to Fusion. So once we get Fusion done, then I can get myself a new coffee mug again. Let's see. Yeah, Steve, VA3 TPS. Go ahead.
Okay, there. Well, I wasn't sure. It's kind of late in the evening, and I wasn't sure if you were having a coffee. I wouldn't want to keep you up, when you have to keep you really sleep. Anyway, she's done a great job as usual. Great guys. It's been really nice to hear everybody on there. So we'll 673, and everybody stay safe, and look after each other. And I don't know if I'll make it tomorrow night because I got a long day tomorrow. I'm not sure what time I'll be back in the city, so we'll see. But if not, I should be back there. So take care, and 73 VA3 TPS up here in November.
Okay, I acknowledge VE3BHQ. Farney, we'll add you to the list here at the bottom, and we'll get to you in a few minutes here. We're just heading through the list on our second time. And yeah, Steve, just flip the radio in your vehicle on and have it on high, and you may be able to make it in the repeater. Let's see. VA3 JFW Jack. Jack's probably gone, but I'll just listen just in case.
Yeah, it's Victor Alpha 3. JFW. I completely forgot about what the club they belong to. So I'm actually executive. And they had their meeting at 7:30, so they did the same thing you are, except they're not on YouTube. But I did manage to check in. And talk about music. Ellen's at number 2. And people have to take lovely. Before I went to the hospital, I had the radio that now it's first. So we don't get a chance to use it anymore. Other than that, not too much. Guys are thanks for doing the net, for instance. Yeah, okay. Any JFW.
Okay, very good, Jack. Well, thanks for joining us this evening again from Lindsay. It's always fun when you're in here. Let's see. Next on the list is Joe, VE3 VGJ.
Yes, sir. Boy, you've got a good group tonight, and it's running a little later, so I won't keep it much. Just a fellow across the pond, Richard, there, just for the fun of it, I did a measurement from our repeater site to he'd know this. I got it on Google Maps here, Main Street and Transit Street, and that distance from the repeater site is 98 kilometers or 61 miles. Just for the fun of it, I checked that out on Google Maps. And Steve, you're still on frequency there with the time. A lot of time to kill. I've been reading the manual up a little bit on our 3000, and there's a lot of bells and whistles over there. I'm starting to explore and the memory of that. Anyway, sometime we should be comparing some notes there, Steve, if you're still around. Other than that, back to you there, Laird. VE3, VTJ, Bowman's up there.
Okay, very good. Yes, the nice thing about talking across the pond is our repeaters up on quite a good hill, and so the line of sight across the lake. I know from being on Windsork there for a few years that you cut the distance in half basically if you're going across the lake. And I know from our repeater site you can see the mist off of Niagara Falls on a clear day. So getting across the Lockport should be quite easy, and we're glad to have Rich in there this evening. Let's see. After Joe was Ryland and Mark, VE3 DKW.
Hi. Well, how's everybody else doing on the quarantine? I've been busy on how it's like and stuff matters. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
We will definitely be a part. Hopefully there tomorrow night and catch everybody. It's definitely been great tonight to hear all the different people on. But from across the pond, that's great. All the situation together, so we'll all get out of it together. And, hopefully it doesn't take too long. And out free again, you know. Anyways, we'll let everybody go and we'll be clear. Good night.
Very good. Well, Ryland, I can answer what I've been doing. I've been working. I work in healthcare, so up until today, I've been having to go into the office and be there for support. But they decided that from now on, the IT guys can work from home, and if one of us needs to come in to do something hands-on, we're only about 35 minutes out, so that's quite acceptable to them. And so I get to sit at home and do all my work from home now. And as I say, unless something physically breaks, I'll be able to do that. So we're having fun. I don't even know if you guys are having to do schoolwork yet. I know my wife's teaching, but that's high school level. But make the best of it. Learn lots of neat stuff from your dad. And yeah, someone mentioned the amateur radio course. Radio Amateurs of Canada is offering a basic as well as advanced course. The basic course is $50. I think the advanced one is free, if I remember right. but something to consider while you're if you don't have your license yet to work on. And you can find more information about that on the RAC website, which is www.rac.ca. And with that, we will go down to Jeffrey, VA3RTV.
Yeah, thanks very much, Led. And the NAA should be working on the fusion side. The only reason why the OSH isn't is because of the controller. So, because the NAA isn't on the controller. So, if that helps John, and maybe Led, you and I should, because we both got the same radios, the 400s, we should try it. I mean, that's one of the things that I've not done is I've hardly used the fusion side of either of my two radios. And the other thing, obviously, I was just playing around here. I've got the radio I'm using now is the old Yaesu FT480, from the 1980s. I've got all these other much more modern radios, but I kind of like the old stuff. And I was just playing around, and I thought, well, while I'm listening to you, because you're actually transmitting on 147.720, I just dialed that in. Of course, I heard you directly then on as in simplex. So I thought that was pretty neat anyway. So you can't normally do that very easily with a modern radio, but you certainly can with the old ones with a dial. And with that, good night to everybody. It's been fun again this evening. All the best. VA3RTV.
Very good, Jeffrey. Yes, and it doesn't hurt that we're relatively close too, and there's no hills really in between us. So we should be able to make line of sight fairly easily. And of course, I'm near the edge of the hill, so I should be able to get people down in lower part of Oshawa as well. But maybe some night we'll play around with that after the net to see who can reach who. That might be fun. Give us something else to play around with, or maybe on a Saturday afternoon when we're totally bored. Let's see. VE3 IRB Robert.
VE3 IRB, yes, this situation hasn't really shown the importance of communications, radio and whatever. Got to the new stuff. Just shows it is good to have our backup that we do have. Anyways, with that, I'll say 73 and back to you.
Okay, very good. Nice having you in here this evening, Robert, and thanks for joining us. VE3HIX Bob.
Okay, thanks once more for holding this for us, giving a chance to get it all together and share some ideas. One of them was I did look up the field day site, ARRL Field Day, and you can get to two different pieces of information from there today. It'll change again tomorrow, no doubt. And what it basically says is there will be a field day, but you have to follow your local ordinances and local ways of doing things, whether you're going to be out in the field, whether everything's safe, or whether you're going to be operating from home on temporary antennas, or a tent in the backyard, or on your own generator. There are different classifications for all of these things. And the takeaway is a quote at the bottom that says, with any emergency preparedness exercise, it's not about adapting the situation to your operation. It's about adapting your operation to the situation that presents itself. I think it's very good advice and a good way to look at an emergency type field day. With that, we'll say goodnight to you, Laird, VE3HIX.
Yes, if we're still dealing with this come field day, it is going to add a new dimension and a new twist, and it'll be interesting. I know if we're still shut down, we probably won't be able to get the Cloca area because we do need to get permits. Anytime we do any event in there, any type of event, we need to get a permit. And so if they can't legally hand them out, then we can't get in there. Of course, we can go in there to work on the repeater, but that's about it. But it'll be interesting. But yeah. Maybe I can move, if I move my radio equipment out to the back shack, though, my wife might get excited and think I'm moving out there for good. Anyways, let's see. VA3KPW Paul.
tonight. I missed last night for some reason or other. What I'd done is there was something allowed on my computer, and I turned the volume down, and I thought when I heard the net start, I'd come. But I didn't hear the net start. I was watching TV. Anyway, I drove downtown today, down into Toronto, and it's very light traffic. So if you have any errands to do downtown in Toronto, now is the time to do it. I don't think I have anything else here to contribute. I should be back tomorrow. I'll say 73 for now. BA3KPW.
Okay, very good, Paul. Well, thanks for joining us this evening. And yes, driving in Toronto is never fun, but apparently it's really light right now. And instead of taking 4 hours to get downtown and back, you can actually get in there at a decent time and get home at a decent time, probably about half the time it would normally take you. So there is a bit of an upside, but it's the downside that the reason why it's happening that's concerning. Very good, Paul. Looking forward to hearing you again tomorrow night. VE3 NMD Darren.
Oh, thanks, Lord. Yeah, just finished with the signal generator. Now seems to be working. Found a low switching transistor. That would switch in the right attenuator, so the level would, if you're going down, and all of a sudden would jump up 50 dBm. So now it seems to be working. So one more thing, done. Pretty well. I'm sitting here, trapped in the house. Start fixing up all the stuff around the ham shack that's been breaking over the last few years. Anyway, not much to say, so turn it back to you. V3NMD.
Okay, very good, Darren. Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting caught up in projects. I know I've been breaking down and doing some spring cleaning too. Although I can't find my, I know I bought a can of invisible glass, the glass cleaner to do the windows for the house, and I can't find it anywhere. So I have to break down and go to Canadian Tire or Lowe's or somewhere and grab another can. But I was hoping to do that today during my breaks just to stretch my legs, but I couldn't find it. I'll probably find it once I get everything done. Let's see, Doug, VA3 DCE.
I really don't have a lot to add. Yes, Laird. I just thought crossed my mind of the traffic into Toronto is so light. All the drivers for seniors all out at Ajax Costco. And that would explain Costco's traffic jam this morning. Anyway, 7-3 everyone. Have a good night, and we'll be listening again tomorrow night. VA3DC.
Oh, very good. Yes, it's those seniors, Doug. They mess us up all the time. Don't ever become one of those, would you? Okay, very good. VE3 KZJ or KZT, John.
Okay, thanks very much. Very good net. Lots of customers, and it's quite interesting. They fellow from across the lake there. The signal out there probably even try to work simplex too. Anyway, good net. Laird, we won't hold it, and I understand it's after your 8 o'clock bedtime. So we'll say 7-3 for now, and talk to you tomorrow. V3KZT, a little bit there.
Okay, very good, John. And yeah, I'm just going to pop up on the screen here for anybody looking on YouTube again. This is a little, if you want something to do while you're being forced to stay at home and not go to work, you might want to order one of these on Amazon. It's called a Nano NVM or NVA. I can never get it right. And it's a little, I use it as an antenna analyzer. It doesn't come with the plate that I have it mounted on, or the 2 little pigtails. It does come with longer pigtails though, and this is fantastic. It'll tell you where your antenna is resonant on anywhere from 80 meters up to 440. So, and even higher. I think it goes up to 900. So if you're bored, order one of those on Amazon. I think they're like $70. You can't go wrong. It's a cute little toy. Jeffrey and Jimmy, I think, bought the one that has a larger screen. I don't know if they've been having any fun with them yet, but maybe we'll find out. And with that, we will go to Cam VE3IGX.
Okay, I just want to expand on that offshoot virus to the COVID-19 that we talked about this afternoon, that grumpy virus. I think by the time this ends, we'll all have that virus, except some people will have it more so than we do because they started a little earlier. Anyway, 73s, everybody, take care, have a good week, have a good night, and I'll be clear after everything's over. E3 IPM.
Cam, you're going to get me into a lot of trouble here. But Cam and I were talking earlier this afternoon, and we were joking around about, we didn't want to catch the COVID virus, and we really didn't want to catch the grumpy virus. And if you go to, if you're on Facebook, go to the VE3OSH North Shore Amateur Radio Club Facebook page, and you'll see what we're talking about. Some of us went up to White Feather on the weekend to get some groceries and a coffee. We stood around the parking lot at really safe distances, but we were joking around, and we were mentioning that we were afraid to catch the COVID, but we definitely didn't want to catch what one of the members had, and that was the grumpy virus. It was all in good fun, but we had fun. KA2RWA, Rich.
KA2RWA, yep, we're still here. Been watching on YouTube there. I had to shut it down, though. I had to do something else with the internet, so just sitting back here. Yeah, I was just mentioning there over on YouTube, my wife and myself, we actually own a ham radio store over here. We've been in business for about 10 or 12 years. Get a fair amount of traffic from the Niagara region, and people actually in Toronto stop over every once in a while. But we won't be seeing any of you now for a bit. And we usually start gearing up for Hamfest season, and our first shows are usually in March, but everything kind of got canceled this year. So we don't know what we're going to do. Thank God for online sales. That's kind of keeping us alive right now, but not getting too much walk-in traffic. And like I say, most of the Hamfest, including the Biggie out in Dayton, the Zania, I guess is the proper pronunciation now, is canceled. So we're looking at losing hundreds of thousands of dollars until this thing straightens itself out. And as of this point, I don't see anything happening until probably July for us. But we're on the road quite a lot. We travel up and down the eastern seaboard from Florida to New Hampshire, and then probably about as far west as Indianapolis, Indiana, down that way, and do a lot of shows. But I've probably met some of you folks. And yeah, I heard somebody say that 60 miles roughly. Well, we're actually south of downtown Liveport. We're almost on the border with Amherst, which is a suburb of Buffalo. We're on the very tip of the Erie County, Niagara County border. So that being said, we're probably about 70 miles as the crow flies. But we do have a pretty good sized tower, and this repeater just blasts in over here like a local. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to you guys, KA2RWA.
Okay, very good, Rich. And I see your message on there about Andy. I remember Andy. I'm quite sure it's Andy that I met quite a few times when I was on Windsork. So very good. I also left another message on YouTube. So if you don't mind just responding to that before you leave for the evening, that'd be awesome. And yeah, this is our Hamfest was supposed to be coming up the end of April, and we've had to cancel that as well because everything's shut down well into May now. So we're going to lose some funds that help keep us going, but luckily for a club, we're doing okay. But yeah, for a business, oh man, I feel sorry for you guys. But yeah, definitely respond to my YouTube question, and we'll see what we can do to maybe fire off some business down that way. Let's see, VE3 RPN, Scott, and we're almost to you, Farney.
Thanks there, Laird. The 3 RPN. I won't put everybody to sleep, but I'm glad Farney made it there. I won't tie things up there, Farney. Thanks a lot there, Laird. Excellent job. We'll catch you tomorrow night, and everybody have a great night on Frequency and our friend across the pond. Great hearing you. We'll catch up with you hopefully tomorrow or whenever you get on there. Thanks a lot, Laird. Over to you there. The 3 RPN.
Okay, very good, Scott. And yes, it's been fun this evening. It's starting to go a bit longer and longer every evening, but you know what? Time flies when you're having fun, and it's not like I can go out and do anything anyways, so it's been enjoyable. Let's see, VE3 SOI, Jimmy.
Good evening, everybody. Nice to hear everybody on the air. For entertainment, I rephoned a JBL speaker, so I ended up getting some speaker glue cement all over my fingers. But other than that, just like Darren, I am fixing things around the house. On that note, not much else to that, but glad to be with you guys. And I say 7-3 and B3SY clearing.
Well, Jimmy, you're living on the edge there when you're having fun refoaming a speaker. I hope the glue's not getting to you. Hi. Very good. Yep, it's a good time to catch up on projects, and we won't know what to do once life goes back to normal. Farney, BE3BHQ, thanks for hanging in there, and welcome to the Rag Chew this evening.
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen, everybody that's on Frequency. I guess most people have taken off, but I tagged in at the last minute there. And 7 o'clock is not really a good time for me to interfere with meetings. But at any rate, we're here, and everybody seems to be doing fine and sticking around home to avoid getting mixed up with this awful virus. And springtime's here. Customers say it's on the 1st of April. You're supposed to stay rapid. I don't know what that means, but it goes back in history. So we say 73, everybody, and have a great evening.
Reject.
Okay, very good, Farney, and thanks for joining us this evening. And yeah, we'll have to work on Nancy. Maybe she can bump supper up about 20 minutes so you can get on here just a bit earlier. Hi. But I don't blame you. If I had a choice of Nancy's cooking or sitting on a rag chew with a bunch of grumpy old guys, yeah, I'd be eating Nancy's dinner as well. So you got it knocked there, Farney. I believe there was a recheck, and I believe it was Bill.
Yes, indeed, on both counts. And just want to ask players, how many check-ins tonight? That's the only question. How many check-ins?
21, including myself, but I'm going to take a short standby because sometimes there's a few right at the very end too. So if there's anybody out there who wants to add another bean to the pot for the COVID-19 Rag Chew, here's your opportunity. This is VE3LKS. Okay, nothing heard, Bill, so I guess we're still at 21 for the evening. Not bad, though. I won't complain. It's been fun, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the evening. I think I'm going to go. You think I'd be able to talk by now, right? Uh, I think I'm going to go upstairs, pop on some YouTube. I like watching K6UDA. Yeah, he's an amateur out in California, so I'll see if he's got anything new going on. And a few of the other hams. I think there's one EP, VE3 EP. He does a lot of antenna stuff. Um, and it's fun. I'm almost watching more YouTube nowadays than anything else. There's a lot of good content out there, and it's really quite interesting. Anyway, 73s, everybody. Thank you for making the Rag Chew what it was tonight, and look forward to hearing from all you guys again tomorrow night. This is VE3LKS, and I will be clear.
Yeah, VA3RTV to DKW. If you're still there, Mark, I just would like to say hello and all the best to your dad there, Ron. Haven't seen him for ages. VA3RTV, clear.
VA3DKW, VA3RTV. Yes, I'm still here, and thank you for that. I will pass on that message. Yeah, we're just hanging low, and we did see Mom and Dad quite a while ago, but it's been a while since we've seen them, but we do again Skype and chat with them. So, yep, we'll definitely pass on the message next time. Thank you.